This is Nightline.
Tonight, missing mom murder trial. The husband charged with killing his wife gets his day in court.
The MacBook searched best way to dispose of a body.
Seen on camera buying hundreds of dollars in cleaning supplies.
There were a number of things that he bought that were indicative of the fact that he might have dismembered a body. It's evil what Brian did.
His surprise plea change.
Today, we heard the defense make their argument that Brian Walshe never murdered his wife.
How the defense claims she really died. Plus, Sean Diddy Combs doc. The never-before-seen footage in the days leading up to his arrest.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution.
Robin Roberts' exclusive interview with Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, executive producer of the Netflix docuseries on the music mogul turned convicted criminal.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
It was surprising that he actually filmed it.
And Zootopia 2.
Hugs the wild in pursuit of suspects.
Setting a new record at the box office this weekend.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, a truly bizarre case of a husband and father, Brian Walshe, now on trial for murdering his wife, Anna. Just last week, admitting he handled her dead body and misled police about it, but still insisting he did not kill the mother of his 3 children. And what his defense claims really happened to Anna Walshe is truly shocking.
We will prove the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the premeditated murder of his wife, Anna Walshe.
It's a murder mystery almost too unbelievable to be true. A missing mother of 3, a body that's never been found, and a damning online search history by her husband.
Websites visited included those as whether it is better to throw away crime scene clothes or wash them.
A man police say Googled, "Can you be charged with murder without a body?"
You will hear evidence that those searches evolved from how best to dispose a body to even darker subject matter, as he wrestled with the fact that Anna Walshe was dead.
This is the case against 50-year-old Brian Walshe, and today he's facing a jury, charged with the first-degree murder of his 39-year-old wife, Anna.
What kind of man would kill his own wife who gave him beautiful 3 boys? It's evil what Brian did. When the police caught on, it was already too late.
Prosecutors say that Brian suspected his wife was having an affair and murdered her in their Massachusetts home back on New Year's Day 2023. Her body has never been found.
The belief came to be that he dismembered her body and then deposited different parts of her body in various trash receptacles that would be brought ultimately to an incinerator.
For almost 2 years, Walshe maintained that he had nothing to do with his wife's disappearance. But last month, in a shocking twist, he pled guilty to misleading police and tampering with her body.
Do you now plead guilty to these indictments willingly and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
But Walshe still maintains he is innocent of her murder, only that he got rid of her body and lied about it.
What they're arguing is that murder or that killing was never at his hands. That's the argument the defense is trying to make, that he didn't actually do any killing.
And today in court, we finally heard what Brian's attorneys claim really happened to his wife.
You will hear evidence in this case. Sudden, unexplained death. 1 hour he's with her, he cleans the kitchen, he comes back up, and she is dead. He never thought anybody would believe that Anna Walshe was alive 1 minute and dead the next.
Today, we heard the defense make their argument that Brian Walshe never murdered his wife and instead found her body deceased in their bed. And instead of calling the police or an ambulance, simply discarded her body, never to be found.
The picture of the family on social media was that they were a very happy family, very involved in the lives of their children.
In an upscale enclave outside Boston, Anna and Brian Walshe seemed in many ways to have the perfect life. Anna's close friend, Natasha Sky Babushkina, remembering her fondly.
Anna was a breath of fresh air. Whenever she would come, she would lit up the room. If you look for a kindness, that's how I would describe Anna. Pure kindness.
According to police, the 39-year-old mother was last seen in the early hours of New Year's Day in 2023. Brian Walshe told investigators Anna left home around 6 a.m. for a work trip to Washington, D.C. Police say she never boarded her flight.
I mean, all of us were shocked. The disappearance of Anna, at first we were hopeful that she will appear.
After Anna didn't show up for work, she was reported missing by her employer. Police launch an investigation, and her husband, Brian, soon becomes a suspect. Prosecutors playing recordings of Walshe right after the disappearance in court.
She woke me up around 6 and said she was going. There's no way she was driving a vehicle. There's like zero possibility of that.
Within weeks, he was under arrest. Prosecutors revealing that Brian made a series of incriminating Google searches, including how to stop a body from decomposing, how to embalm a body, 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to.
One site was entitled, "You want to get away with murder? Use a special deterrent."
When Brian was arraigned in early 2023, prosecutors read more of the searches he made in court.
At 4:55 a.m. on January 1st, he searched how long before a body starts to smell. At 1:10 p.m., can you be charged with murder without a body?
In the basement, crime scene services recovered and found blood in the basement area, in a section of the basement. There was also a knife that was found. On the knife, there was also blood.
But the moment the police started finding the carpet with the blood and all of the pieces of information where he was searching how to get rid of the dead body of a young woman, it was getting more and more disgusting and more depressing.
Prosecutors also pointed out surveillance images that captured Walshe shopping at this Home Depot.
He's on surveillance at that time, purchasing about $450 worth of cleaning supplies.
He bought a number of items, a hatchet and mops, a Tyvek suit, and an axe. So there were a number of things that he bought that were indicative of the fact that he might have dismembered a body.
Perhaps the most grisly details were revealed when prosecutors say Walshe made multiple visits to area dumpsters with garbage bags.
The defendant conducted internet searches into disposal of the body, researched locations of dumpsters, and then traveled to those locations. In disposing of the body of Anna Walshe,
at this trash transfer station 40 miles away from the family home, investigators say they found 10 garbage bags filled with blood-stained items, including a hacksaw, towels, a bloody rug, and Anna's purse, as well as Anna's COVID vaccine card. Some of the items containing DNA from both Anna and Brian. Though Anna's body was never found, she was declared dead weeks after her disappearance.
When the police caught on, it was already too late. But it wasn't too late for them to find the things that provided some pretty significant circumstantial evidence.
And while it is circumstantial evidence and may be difficult for the prosecution to prove with no body, that's the argument the defense is trying to make, that he didn't actually do any killing.
Investigators say Brian thought Anna was having an affair with someone in Washington, D.C., where she was working. So he hired a private investigator to prove her infidelity before she disappeared. Today in court, the defense argued that Anna was having an affair, but Brian still loved her anyway.
Brian's attorney is saying that he loved his wife is an attempt to try to take away from any motive that the prosecutor may try to put in front of the jury as to why he might have murdered his wife.
She had 3 boys. At that time, there were 2, 4, and 6.
Today, Anna and Brian's 3 young boys are in state care because Anna's extended family lives outside the United States. We reached out to Massachusetts DCF. They declined to comment due to privacy. Still, Anna's family and friends say they are fighting for custody.
I personally applied and I offered my home for the 3 boys not to be separated, but DCF does not release any information for certain things.
Anna's loved ones are still hoping for justice. They say long overdue.
Justice would be to make sure that Brian found guilty, number 1. Number 2, that Anna's children would be given back to her family, to her sister, and that they would be kept together.
And up next, Robin Roberts exclusive on the new docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs. sitting down with executive producer and Diddy's longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. We turn now to a new documentary series on Sean Diddy Combs, currently serving years behind bars after being convicted on prostitution-related charges. Combs' longtime rival, fellow hip-hop star Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, is behind the Netflix project. 50 Cent and director Alexandria Stapleton sat down with ABC's Robin Roberts for an exclusive interview.
This morning, never-before-seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
Off my back, bro. Lord, you win. I'm gonna win. Lord, you win. We win it.
I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it.
I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah. I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me, type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, you know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges.
Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
We should note that Sean Diddy Combs' spokesperson says in a statement, Netflix's so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece. Netflix is obviously desperate to sensationalize any and every minute of Mr. Combs' life without regard to the truth, so that it can capitalize on a never-ending media frenzy. If Netflix cared about the truth and had respect for Mr. Combs' legal rights, it would not be stripping out of context Mr. Combs' private moments, including conversations with his lawyers that were plainly not intended for public viewing. It is also shocking that Netflix gave creative control of this production to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a longtime public adversary who has a personal vendetta against Mr. Combs and has made a career of slandering and defaming him. In a statement, Netflix said, "We obtained the footage legally and have the necessary rights. We moved heaven and earth to keep the filmmaker's identity confidential. We also reached out to Sean Combs' legal team for an interview and comment multiple times, but did not hear back." And when we come back, Zootopia 2, setting box office records this weekend. And finally tonight, Zootopia 2 setting records with a box office bonanza this weekend. It's tonight's Nightlight. Zootopia 2 jumping, slithering, and hopping its way to the top of the box office this holiday weekend, taking in $156 million in the U.S. alone and $500 million worldwide.
Happy anniversary!
Dethroning Wicked for good and becoming the biggest animated film debut of all time, with a cast of rookie cops who solve mysteries. Here we go. And new species coming to the world of Zootopia. The film's message of acceptance echoed in its signature song, Shakira's Zoo.
And we're turning the floor into a zoo.
The song needed to sort of be celebratory, but also carry a strong message.
A zoo.
And that's Nightline for tonight. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.